Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Okay, today's video is going to be about Arbonne. I've actually re-recorded this video a few times, so I apologize for it being a little late, but I had found old emails and it was like taking a walk down memory lane. So I wanted to share with you all the information. It just brought back memories, so I wanted to make sure this post was as accurate as possible. Okay, so how did I start with Arbonne? So I had actually posted on Facebook that I was looking for a way to make money while staying at home because I had a little one, was living off child support, was living at my mom's house, and I needed money, but childcare is expensive. I mean, even back then it was expensive, especially if you're only making like $9 to $11 an hour, and childcare is like what, $10 an hour at the time for like cheap babysitting. So I needed a way to make money at home or in some way that didn't require spending too much on childcare, basically from home. So I posted that on Facebook, and my friend had actually commented, "Hey, I got this great opportunity. Can you meet me at a coffee shop?" So we met at my favorite coffee shop, and she had brought her upline. Now, I met this lady later down the line, and she was the one, I think she was the regional vice president, meaning she had the white Mercedes. And so we met, and she was going over with me, she and my friend went over with me what Arbonne was, how it worked, and they brought samples. And I'm like, okay, so I took some of the samples, and I actually used the samples for about a week and a half and decided that I really liked the products. It was their FC5 line, actually. And this line really got me into skincare. I had always had trouble with very, very dry skin. And I had been looking at the time for face creams and lotions that would actually work. Things like oil of Olay didn't work for my skin at the time. Now it's better. There's more options for me today. Even a few years ago, there were more options for me. But at the time, when I had tried the samples of Arbonne, I was like, oh, a little goes a long way. This sample lasted me like almost 2 weeks. And the product actually worked and my skin looked pretty good. They don't have that line anymore, by the way. FC5 was discontinued a few years ago. And I think there was some controversy about that, but I'm actually do more anti-MLM videos, so I'll cover that in a later video. But in any way, it worked. And I was like, wow, this skincare product works. I'm intrigued. So I signed up for it. I signed up for Avon, and then I signed up for Arbonne, and this was around, I actually have the date because I found the old email. It's June 8th. I signed up June 8th, 2009 for Arbonne. Okay, what did it cost for me to join? Well, there were a couple options. I could join as a preferred client, which costs about $29, or I could join for $109 and get a business consultant kit. Now, I opted for the kit and I opted to spend the $109. And it also costs about $15 per year to maintain your account, which is a separate cost from the yearly and monthly requirements that you had to do. Okay, so when I signed up, they had this 12 and 12 program that I wasn't actually aware of until the following year. But this 12 and 12 program meant that I had to sell a total of $1,200 in a 12-month period, or about $100 a month. But it could be $1,200. It didn't have to be $100 a month. It could be, or it could be $1,200 in one shot. It didn't matter. It just had to be a total. And that was just to maintain the client, the independent consultant status and your 35% discount. So that was the 12 and 12 program. Also, when I signed up, they had two other requirements. I mean, they had a lot of requirements. You also, this was very confusing, but I found the old email when they had switched this because they stopped this next one in 2010. But when I signed up, you had to sponsor one person in 2 months. So one per month. It was very confusing the way they had worded this, but they actually stopped this in 2010. My note says you had to sponsor a new business builder and one new business builder per month in the months leading up to your anniversary year or anniversary month. So let's say my anniversary month is June, because that's what it was. My anniversary month is June. So I had to sign up a new person in May and April. So a new business builder in May and a new business builder in April in order to also maintain my independent consultant's status. Or I could sign up 2 preferred clients in May and 2 preferred clients in April in order to maintain my status. So I had to sign up 2 people that were business builders. I had to sell $1,200 worth of product in 12-month period. And then, because there's more, every single month I had to have 150 QPV under my personal distributor number. That means that in addition to all those other things, I also had to personally buy 150 qualifying product volume worth of product on my own account. Didn't matter what I did with that product. It didn't matter if I sold it at retail. It didn't matter if I used it personally. It didn't matter if I garage qualified myself. All that mattered is that in addition to those other requirements, I had to spend $150 per month. And it's not, and with Arbonne, it wasn't actually dollars. Qualifying product volume really means that the total has to add up. It's really confusing. Okay, so let me see this. So there's so many different things with Arbonne. There's a suggested retail price. That means that the product, if a product is, let's say, $30, right, and the suggested retail price is $30, and I as a consultant get it for 35% off, that means I will pay the 35% discounted price, but I will get credit for the product being $30 at retail value. So your qualifying product volume is the total volume of product at its retail price. So I may have paid 35% off of 150, but I get credit for the full 150. So I didn't actually have to spend a subtotal of $150 to get product credit. However, this is where they get you. And I have these in my old emails. The shipping is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to pull up my email, so I have to look down at my screen. But I had to pay like 2 different types of shipping costs on my kit. So my kit, remember I told you was $109? Let me tell you how much it actually costs. Let me pull up my email. I'm just scrolling down to your order at Arbonne. Here it is. Wow. So my shipping was $9.75. My custom shipping fee was $5. Yeah. Oh, and they also charged me 8.75% tax, but on $109, 8.75% should have come out to like $9.53, but they charged me $10.83. I have no idea why. So my kit, after you calculate shipping and taxes, really comes out to $130, just under $135. Hold on, I'm getting spammed. Sorry, I get a lot of spam callers. Any case, so that was the cost. Very high shipping, very high. Oh, that was one of my complaints with Arbonne, is that I had to spend a lot on taxes, and they were always charging me the wrong tax rate. It was ridiculous. Young Living did that too. Let's see. Let's calculate how much this is. $100 a month plus 150 QPV. So let's just say that's $250 per month. Plus I had to sponsor 2 people, 2 business builders, or 4 total preferred clients. And then I had to spend $15 a year. And then it went up to $20 a year to maintain my account. Now, guess what happens if you do not spend that $15 or $20? on your anniversary month, you will lose your account. So if I didn't spend that, I would have lost. Let's say I was making money. I wasn't, but let's say I was. If I had been making any money, so theoretically an upper level distributor, like a national vice president, who didn't spend that $15 to maintain their consultant account, they would have lost everything, and it would have rolled up. All the account, all the overrides, all the benefits, everything would have rolled up to the next higher level person under them. So it was crazy. Now, let's talk about, let's see, I have all my notes, nice. Oh, at the time, they were going through bankruptcy. I'm actually going to link that below. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but I found out later down the line that around the same time their new CEO started, her name was Kay, around the same time, can you turn that down, please? Sorry. Around the same time, they were in the whole $500 million. Hold on one second. I apologize for any background noise. My kids are. Anyway, so they were $500 million in the hole. That's a lot of money to be upside down. They had liabilities in the 800 million and like assets in the 200 million range. I'll link that all down below. The website that has the information is a very pro MLM website, but the handy thing is it has a full list of every single MLM. So if you're curious if a company you or heard about is an MLM, it'll probably show up there. So pluses and minuses. Let's see. When I signed up, I was told that this company had the gold standard in compensation. I'm going to grab my coffee for this one. I was told that it had the gold standard in compensation. No, because when I signed up, the income disclosure report that was provided for new people didn't actually show the average annual income. It showed the annual quarterly income. I like it. My phone tells me if it's a telemarketer. I'm going to turn the volume down right now because that's annoying. There. Now no telemarketers are going to call me. Apologies. So it showed the average quarterly income. And I will link that below because that is the one that was provided for me when I signed up. And at the time, I definitely was not savvy enough. I was like 22, 23, 2009. I was 23. I had no idea what I was looking at. All I knew was that they were showing all these high possible numbers that you could possibly make income. So I wasn't savvy enough to really read the report closely. I did read the fine print, but then I kind of just dismissed it. I'm like, if I work hard enough, I'll be successful. No. Average quarterly income. Oh, let's talk about that. You know, I'll link the thing below so you can look at it. But let me pull it up because actually some of the stuff on it was very, very, very interesting. Like the part where it talked about not only was the quarterly report, but that report, all the income represented only 3% of active distributors. Not all the distributors, but 3%. So the bottom level distributors of that 3% reflected 0.53%, and the majority of the money, so that 0.53% got to share $500,000. The top 0.04% got to share $11 million. Just wait till you see that report. It is so disgusting. So out of every single consultant in Arbonne, only 3% made any money. And that 3% reflected like a total of 22,000 consultants. There's how many consultants in Arbonne? It's ridiculous. Now, how Arbonne actually ran. So when I signed up, it was very much about parties. we know about the home parties, you know about all the MLMs, like, I don't want to, pure romance parties, just jewelry parties, all those different types of parties. Well, for Arbonne, it was spa parties. And I have the emails for that, that I'm actually going to pull up, because why not look at the old emails, go down memory lane. So let's go back here. Let's see. Oh, yes, Arbonne spa party. I sent an email to all my friends. Well, in this case, oh, there's a document here. A spa party invite document. Come and relax with Saturday, June 20th, hosted by me. I think it was at my friend's house. Yes, it was at my friend's house, my upline. My friend, who also became my upline. Little guy, shh, he's talking. Listen to the cringe. Are you using only the best products? Hold on one second. Whew, sorry about that. Okay, we'll talk about it later. I'm talking to me while I'm trying to film. I apologize. But listen to the cringe. Okay, so does your lotion feel amazingly luxurious on your skin? Have you found the perfect foundation to match your coloring? Did I make this? I don't know if I made this or my friend did. Do you want an easy, fresh look? Would you like to have time to rejuvenate your body and mind while relaxing with friends? How about learning how to make extra income in only a few hours? No. Come have fun and play with Arbonne's pure, safe, beneficial lines. Oh my God, the cringe is strong with this one. I'm sorry. That was so good. That was gold. I didn't even know that was in there. I knew the email was there. I didn't realize there was a document attached to it. Sorry, my kid was talking to me and I'm telling her. Wow. Okay, so yeah, spa parties. So what you were expected. Okay, so my upline's upline. Okay, there were like 3 uplines. There was the area manager, the district manager, and then the regional vice president. And the area, I think it was the district manager. Yeah, the district manager, and then her manager was the area manager, and the regional vice president was the one with the white Mercedes. Anyway, the district manager would tell us things like, well, 2 is the minimum per week of parties that you want to host. And it could be if you do a party or you can't get somebody to a party, then by all means, try to get them to do a one-on-one or over the phone or some way. There's always like an alternative way. You probably heard this in other sales. But if you have somebody who's like, oh, I can't commit to that, you give them an alternative date or you give them an alternative option to appear or to meet with you. So she would say things like, well, 2 is the minimum, but 6, what was it? 6 for success and 10 to win, something like that. Something cringy like that, but for real. So I had to do, and I even wrote an email to my dad about this. I have to do 6 to 10. So if you're interested, I did do a presentation with my dad and my stepmom. I did do that. They really weren't interested, but my parents are so supportive in a lot of my decisions. So yay for good parents. So I wish they had kicked me in the butt though, because I would have saved so much money. So I was asked to do 6 to 10 per month. I called, the memories are flooding back right now. Not only did I call my sister, but I called her best friends. Now, her best friends were her best friends before I was born, so they were like my other aunties. I called them, and I asked them to host. I was that hun. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Hold on, sweetie. What's the rule about being on the videos? Okay. They're all talking to me and I'm recording. Okay. Told to get them scheduled and then offer them the alternatives. I'm looking at my notes. The first year I was in Arbonne, so this is in November. So I signed up in June. In November, there was a choir sponsorship by another Arbonne lady. Now, this Arbonne lady, hold on one second. Welcome back. So this lady was hosting an Arbonne party. Now, She had made it clear in her email, and I have this email. I got the receipts. She made it clear that this particular sponsorship would only, let's see, where is it? There it is. This choir event, let's see, would be completely dedicated to the choir. So all proceeds. So it's not for profit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not for profit. All proceeds go to the choir. Here's what it said. Every group needs to have funds for miscellaneous expenses, and this is a no-work way for each of you to participate. Trust me, this is much less effort than putting on a spaghetti dinner or selling something on your own, and it will be rare you will find another vendor that gives you 100% of the proceeds. Let's stop right there. We all know how MLMs work, right? When a consultant makes any money on a product by selling the product, she gets 35%. So let's say she sells $100 from one person. She gets 35%. Now, she's going to get a commission check. And I remembered her when she took the orders. She physically filled out the forms with the customers, with each person. Our choir was pretty big at the time, was like 40 people. So you had about, and I think more than half showed up. She sat us down and did her Arbonne presentation in her living room. Pretty nice house in a gated community right here. Sat us all down in the living room. It's a lot of ladies. And being the helpful person that I am, I chimed in and would talk about things, would chime in with like skincare tips and stuff. Not only, let's give credit where it's due. I did learn a lot about proper skincare from some of the people in Arbonne. Not anything I couldn't find out online by myself, but that's what I did. Anyway, so I would chime in with tips, and she had commented that, I was pretty good at this stuff. And I think she was trying to get me to transfer from the line I was in to her line, but that wasn't going to happen. And maybe not. Maybe I just interpreted that wrong. But anyway, so she sat everybody down after the presentation, and they placed their orders with her. And these were the old-fashioned forms. So instead of creating a client account, she filled out all their information and mailed them in. So this takes a lot longer to get your order. Now, I'm not sure how she would have gotten paid. I think what happened is she just put the checks from the customer order and then placed the order for the customers. Now, mind you, most of that money is going to go towards buying the product. Arbonne itself is not donating any of the products for free, and the money she got is not going to go. All of it is not going to go to the choir. All of it was going to go to Arbonne, and 35% would go to her. The only way she would get any extra money is through overrides and bonuses for signing somebody up as a consultant, and that consultant would have to spend $150. So I'm not exactly sure what she meant by all proceeds, except that it's probably just the 35% cash difference between the retail price and her discount. So hopefully that's what happened. I'm not sure. I didn't do the behind the scenes, so I don't know the accounting on that, but let's hope let's hope it was honest and that was the case. And yeah, they advertise their products for men, women, and teens. Remember, oh, you don't remember because I had to re-record this video, but they used to have a teenage line called FYI for young individuals. You can go ahead and look that up. It was not a bad line. But FC5 was my favorite, and FYI had some pretty good sense. They had this really nice smelling line of lotions and spritzers called Mysterious, and actually it was a pretty good scented line, but they discontinued it when I started, a little bit after I started, so that was sad. Couldn't make it work. So even though I paid my $15 in 2010 and I think it was $20 in 2011, I could not make Arbonne work. I ended up getting demoted to a preferred client, and then I let my account just run its course because it just, I don't know, I couldn't upgrade. I did try to restart, I think in 2012, I tried to jumpstart my business. I remember doing a Facebook post on it, and I couldn't make it work. And when I tried restarting it and jumpstarting it, I had to hold on one second. I can't. Kids and their noise. Okay, so I kept restarting, and I didn't want to keep restarting. And remember I said you could start as a preferred client? Well, if you wanted to upgrade from preferred client to consultant, there was two ways. Way number one was to sponsor 2 people, and each of those 2 people had to be a consultant status and had to have a $150 order. The other way was to pay I think it was like $80. You paid $80 or 72 or 79 something. I think it's lower now, but you paid a certain amount of money and you were upgraded to consultant. So you could buy your way to consultant status, or you could recruit your way to consultant status. Well, I wasn't going to pay. And the reason I wasn't going to pay the money to upgrade to consultant status was because I was afraid because you could only do it once with your ID that you had. That was it. You could only upgrade once doing that. And I didn't want to waste it. I didn't want to waste the money. And 2, I wasn't even sure if I was going to get people interested enough to recruit. So I figured, well, I'm going to recruit anyway if I'm going to be an independent consultant. So I might as well just recruit as a preferred client and then upgrade from there. And if it works out, yay, I'm upgraded. If it doesn't work out, I didn't waste the $80 trying to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up letting it fizzle. And then I tried signing up because I wanted to get a discount, at least a 20% discount. And because my account went inactive, my original number went inactive, I had to re-register. And when I re-registered, I registered with a new consultant. I got a new consultant ID. So I have 2 IDs under Arbonne, 2 consultant IDs under Arbonne. And one is a preferred client ID, and the other was my old consultant ID. And oh my God, there's more that that from 2011. And oh, it's so bad. I forgot what I was saying. Let's move on to what I see here. In 2011, we were so desperate. So April 2011. Let's cut from 2012 when I let it fizzle because I had the extra ID and I'm just like, forget it. It's not working. I'm not going to pay for it again. I went inactive and have been inactive ever since. I still get emails, but that's only because I haven't unsubscribed. So rewind to 2011. So apparently I was doing American Income Life Insurance Company at the same time as Arbonne. Weird. But in April 2011, we were desperately looking for a place. You guys remember Craigslist? Well, on Craigslist, somebody had posted 2 rooms for rent. We were looking for 2 rooms at least, even though at the time we had together, I had my stepson, I had my child, and then my husband and I, we weren't even married yet. We're about to be married. We had our little guy. He's 8 now. It's been a while. And we were desperately looking for a place. Well, these people had posted 2 rooms for rent. And yes, I was that hunbot. I emailed them desperately saying, oh, let's just read the email. Like, why not? Like, it's so cringy. It's so bad. Let me just pull that email up. Let's go back to April. That's 2009. It would help if I actually look at the right year. Oh, there's like a lot of emails. Oh, my computer decided to slow down. Oh, there we go. Oh, here it is. 2-bedroom. Okay. I found your ad and we need to move out by July 1st. We need 2 bedrooms. I'm just going to cut it out. I already told you. Okay. I'm going to read you like the last two sentences of this paragraph. Okay, my fiance works full-time, I work part-time, and I'm building my business as an Arbonne independent consultant. Yes, I use that line. Then I said, if you can help us out, that would be great. Oh, 3 or 4 sentences. I can help around the house. I can even trade product for rent. It's so embarrassing. I found that and I'm like, I must have blocked that out because I don't remember this. I don't know what to say. I found that last night and I'm like, really? I did that? I was that person? Oh, I guess I now have a newfound sympathy for Hunbots who are desperate. Okay. Okay, and then when I finally gave up Arbonne, it's because they lied about their ingredients. They didn't really lie. I'm just going to say it. They lied. At least I felt they did. So I was mad because they were using parabens after they said they wouldn't use parabens. Or at least it was advertised to me. Okay, so their tagline is pure, safe, beneficial. Pure, safe, beneficial. Products should always be pure, safe, and beneficial. They should never, ever be junk. But to say or advertise or have consultants advertise they don't use parabens when in fact they use parabens is a problem. So I was mad about that. They have an ingredient list in their books, and I'm wondering if I have an old catalog to download. I think I found an old one. I'll link everything I find down below. But they have a list of ingredients they use and a list that they don't use. And I think they ban like 1,500, some ridiculous number. But a lot of those ingredients, most companies ban, if you read it closely. So, yeah. I was really mad about that. And I ended up switching to a brand called California Baby. If you're unfamiliar with that brand, they have, they're all natural, California Baby. They farm their calendula flowers out here in Santa Barbara County. Well, not here, but north of me, in Santa Barbara County. And the owner of the company, it's a woman-owned company, has her warehouse and facility out here. I think she's claimed it's FDA approved. It's clean. It's modern. Their packaging is recycled. It's just an all-around pretty good company. Their skincare line is pretty decent. It's good for kids. It didn't do much for me because my skin is super, super, super dry. Sorry if you hear kid tablet noises in the background. But my skin just needs something like CeraVe. Even e.l.f. is really good today. But any case, if you want a natural, pure, safe, beneficial brand, I would go to California Baby because that's what I did when I left Arbonne. Oh, and for fun, I have a little bit of a fun thing here. So when Arbonne introduced their cosmetics line, they had makeup, I think, when I started, but they had released this like Arbonne Cosmetics DVD. And we got the DVD, my friend did, and we watched the DVD. And it was so bad. I actually don't know. That's Desi's. And it was so, so bad. What happened was they did this tutorial. So I'm balancing the laptop. They did this tutorial. And the lady, I don't think she was a makeup artist, but she had done makeup on the model. And the eyeshadow work was horrible. It was so patchy and uneven. Everything about it was wrong. It was so bad. My upline and I, my friend and I, looked at each other from across the room. We're like, "Are you kidding me right now?" And then we started talking about it afterwards. I told her, I'm like, I have to be honest. That was bad. That was really bad. She's like, "Yeah, that was." I hope she remembers that because that was hilarious. In any case, so that's my little bit about Arbonne, my background on Arbonne, some of the cringiness about Arbonne, and my personal experience. And little fun quote that I remember from our district manager. I brought my best friend to like a recruitment meeting. She's such a trooper and so supportive. She sat through this and she's like, well, does it take work? Is it easy? Because they kept advertising it that it was easy. Remember that little poster I read to you? You can make money in a few hours. She's like, well, this is what the district manager told my best friend and I. She's like, well, you can make your right now money, because my best friend asked about how to make actual money. Like, she was skeptical. Good girl. I'm so proud of her. And she was like, well, how do you actually make money in this? And my district manager said, well, there's a couple ways to make money. You can make money by recruiting the people, bringing people into the business, helping people help themselves, or you can you can sell the products at retail. So she used the example: if you sell $100, you'll make $35 right away. And she's like, you got to remember, it's network marketing. Oh, and that reminds me, the same district manager, and I've seen this done, and I'll talk about this in another video because I got more anti-MLM cringe from my own experience. But one of the ways she suggested that you introduce people to the products, the Arbonne products, this sounds, in hindsight, this sounds gross. At the time, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But is you take a basket, not of samples, but you take a basket of full-size products and you drop them off and let people sample the products, and then you pick up the products when they're done. Ew. So that's all for now. I'm going to do, ooh, I have a bonus. This is a bonus. This will be all for now, but after this, we're going to talk about a priori beauty, but I'm going to talk about that and its connections to Arbonne in the last anti-MLM video that I'm going to do. Okay, but that is all for now. And the next video is actually going to be on American Income Life Insurance Company, and I found emails on that, and it's a nightmare. And so you want to stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me blabber on about my MLM experience. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much. And again, I apologize for all the background noise. Have a great day.